In summing up Fred Clare, I see a man of incredible character, a drive for excellence, extreme integrity, and competitive beyond words.
The word that always comes to mind whenever you talk about Fred Clare is first class. He's a gentleman. He's a person of high integrity, totally focused on doing the best job possible. Those are all traits that one would want to emulate in one's life. And so, in that sense, watching the way that Fred conducts himself is an example for all of us.
I think of him, and will always think of him, as a great friend, a great mentor, and a great role model. If you're lucky enough to be one of those people that can call him a friend, you're a very lucky person.
Like any young boy growing up in Ohio, Fred Clare loved baseball. In 1950, his family left the small town for life in Southern California, where Fred enrolled at Torrance High School. It was there, through the influence of a teacher, that he discovered a passion for sports journalism and began to consider it as a profession. When his family moved to Pomona, Fred enrolled at Mount San Antonio College, was a student athlete, and continued studying journalism. He would soon discover that his experience at Mount SAC would impact his life, his education, and his career. With his foundation established, Fred continued his education and transferred to San Jose State University to pursue a degree in journalism. After graduating, Fred hit the ground running and spent 12 years in the newspaper field as a sports editor, columnist, and baseball writer for the Long Beach Press-Telegram, the Pomona Progress Bulletin, and the Whittier Daily News. In 1969, Fred was covering the Dodgers during spring training when there was an opening in the public relations department. He jumped at the chance, and this move proved to be life-changing. In a distinguished career with the Dodgers, Clare served the team as publicity director, vice president of public relations, promotions, and marketing, executive vice president in charge of day-to-day operations, and executive vice president and general manager. When he was named general manager in 1987, he immediately went into action and rebuilt the team into contenders. He quickly acquired utility players, pitchers, and veterans of the game. He led the team with a progressive vision and turned them into champions. Fred's leadership was instrumental in the team winning the 1988 World Series, and he is widely credited with changing the history of Dodgers baseball. During his tenure in Major League Baseball, his impact and influence was felt throughout the organization and beyond.
Fred's character, always honest. I don't think in the 10 years I worked for him, I ever saw him in a situation where he fabricated something. It was always just transparent, total transparency, good or bad, and he demanded that. He never yelled at anyone that reported to him. It was more like if you made a mistake, I'm disappointed in you, which just cut to the heart, So we all learned so much from his leadership. Just have integrity, have character, be honest, do the best you can, work hard.
I think for Fred, it's the drive for excellence, and he has had an indelible impact on my life. He still and forever will be my mentor. There's the general way of doing things, and there's the Fred Clare way of doing things. Fred demands excellence, and he demands it from himself first and foremost, as well as anyone else who is in his reporting line. And because of those great lessons that I learned as a young man, I've taken those with me throughout my entire career and have managed to do pretty well because of Fred's influence on my life.
Since his departure from the Dodgers in 1998, Fred maintained an active schedule as a columnist and analyst, as well as serving as host to a weekly radio show. Fred's Dodger memoirs were captured in the release of his 2004 book, My 30 Years in Dodger Blue, which was recognized on the Los Angeles Times bestsellers list. Fred has also left his imprint in academia. Fred served as an instructor at USC, where he lectured on the business of sports and media, and as a member of the advisory board for both the USC Sports Business Institute and the Student Sports Business Association.
He's a guy that doesn't just talk the talk, he walks the walk. I mean, he has helped countless students of mine, even after he and I taught together. Because they're my students, to him, they're his students, because I'm his friend. And it's been very apparent to me how much he cares, how much he wants to make a difference. He's always taken the high road in life. He does the right thing.
Fred continues to serve as a consultant to companies involved in sports and is active in civic organizations, including serving on the board of directors with the Special Olympics of Southern California, the Los Angeles Sports Council, and the Rose Bowl Operating Company. In 2017, the Fred Claire Celebrity Golf Classic was created to bring celebrities together with lifelong fans and committed supporters to raise funds for the City of Hope's Head and Neck Cancers Department.
If you knew Fred and he was your friend, that's a tremendous legacy. And so those of us who have been fortunate enough to know Fred over the years have that. And the rest of the community, he brought a world championship to Los Angeles, and he did it with a lot of class and style. And I think that's a pretty strong legacy right there.
For his remarkable career, influence, and character, the Mount SAC Athletics Hall of Fame proudly welcomes Fred Claire.